What's up, guys? Reverend Dan here. I know. Um, been a while since I made a video. I know. I'm going to bring back. I have a few announcements to make as well. We're going to be. Um, there it goes. Okay. What's up, guys? Reverend Dan here. It's been a while. I know. I've been kind of focusing more on TikTok lately, but I've been quite busy between cases, working, and now I'm riding with the fire department again, so I am back to being a firefighter. So I ask you, please pray for me and my fellow brothers on the fire department that we all return home safe from each call. So a few announcements. First one is October 18th is our lecture on spiritual warfare. We are giving this for you. $60 a ticket and $75 for a ticket plus a deliverance session. Now there's only 5 of those tickets left. Okay, 5. The reason I kept it to 5 is because it'd be kind of hard to do a deliverance session with multiple people. So one day soon, I'm going to do a mass deliverance session for everybody. But they're not fees, they're donations. So you'll be donating to the church, and to help us keep doing what we're doing, help us keep helping you, and all that. So October 18th, you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. Eventbrite.com. Oh my God. Eventbrite.com/spiritual warfare 101. So, today I kind of want to talk to you about a few things. That's right. I brought Annabelle here. She's not the real Annabelle. She did not escape. Relax. If she did, she found her way to me because she wants to be exercised. She doesn't like all the attention that they're giving her. So this is one that I removed from a case because the family didn't want it anymore. It's not haunted because I don't think it is. I don't get any vibes about it or anything like that. No, neither does anybody else, but they thought it was creepy. So I'm going to show you something, okay? This is a stuffed doll. It can't kill you. See, watch. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It can't kill you. It can't even stand up. Will it work? Come on, camera, come down. No. Camera doesn't want to work. Camera doesn't want to go that low, but it can't even stand up. So I'll just do it like this. So look, you ready? I'm gonna let go. So all this stuff about Annabelle killing Dan Rivera is false. She did not kill him. I have some notes here that I'm going to talk about, but I just wanted to show this, make a point on this, that Annabelle did not kill Dan Rivera. Okay, now, an object cannot be possessed. It can be haunted. It could be there could be an attachment to it, but it can't be possessed. Now, with an attachment, the attachment can manipulate the doll into moving. So just like I'm standing here manipulating her hands, that's what a entity can do. You know, I'm holding her. So something invisible happens, it looks like, or is holding her, it looks like she's floating or walking or moving. Don't be stupid. It's a freaking toy. If you have a doll, an item, whatever, send it to me. P.O. Box 201, High Bridge, New Jersey, 08829. And I will put it in with the rest. If you want it back, I will work on it and do what I can to get it back to you. So I wanted to make that point because this whole Matt Rife, Annabelle Warren's house thing is getting to be ridiculous. So that's Annabelle. Now I have some things here, and I did a little bit of research into this house. Okay. First of all, I'm going to start with Judy and Tony Spera. They put up a my phone. What you call it? Facebook post the other day saying, trying to glorify themselves, or not glorify, basically explain why they sold the house to a couple of YouTubers, Elton Castee and Matt Rife. So it says on this Facebook post that they want to clarify some things. They wanted to sell for a while, but they didn't know what to do with the artifacts. They vowed they would never sell them. So apparently this whole thing was through Dan Rivera and Elton Castee, and he got Matt Rife involved, and yada yada yada. So basically, they lease the artifacts. They're paying for those artifacts to be leased. They will never own them, he says. So I think if I remember correctly in their video, after 5 years, they said they would own them. They will not own them, according to this post from Tony Spera. So right there, he's already scamming them, and they haven't even owned the house for a month. Says they can negotiate for the lease options, but I don't think so. Let me see. They were trying to sell the house because they couldn't afford it anymore, which I got to call BS on. Let me just see here. Then they're talking about Judy's son, Chris. He basically berates him for what he's been saying and why he didn't buy the house and all that. Well, then now, then they get into the whole threatening of people. So this is a quote: Judy and I stand by our decision. We believe it was the right one. It's sad that people jump on the negativity bandwagon. The old adage, misery loves company, is very appropriate for them. He claims he tries not to speak ill of others, but yet he threatens people all the time that don't think like him or is not in his group or whatever. I bet you he's threatened me. I know I've commented a few times on his post. I know I commented on this one, told him how stupid it was. So here he says that they're going to hell and they're evil and they have a mental condition and blah blah blah. You know, the usual crap. And then I commented, stupid decision, supposed haunted artifacts that may or may not be demonic, to YouTubers who never dealt with a demon in their lives. And I go on and on. Then somebody commented, this is going to be a good one. You're stupid to judge them without knowing what the actual plan in place is and all the caution going into this. You do realize that Lorraine let people investigate the items, right? They didn't hide the items away like the Vatican. The items are still under lock and key, and no one will ever be alone with said objects. I will comment on that later. So, going back to this, I believe they did this to spite the Warrens, because Judy Sparrow was not raised by Lorraine and Ed. She was raised by her grandmother. They're just interested in money because they ripped Elton Castee and Matt Rife off. So I'm going to tell you, I've heard some stories about how much they paid for the house. I heard like $5 million, and then here's an article from, I guess it's Entertainment Today. Yeah, I think it's Entertainment Today. Basically, it says he bought the house. They bought the house for $1 million under Haunted Homes LLC. So now you're gonna shit a brick when yes, I said that. You're gonna shit a brick when you hear what the house and property is actually worth. Estimated value of the Warrens' house and property is estimated at $615,895. They overpaid they way overpaid. Judy and Tony Sparrow ripped them off. I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, it's the artifacts. The artifacts are worth money. No, they're not. They're garbage. They're garbage. You think this is worth money? You think this is worth money? It's a freaking doll. It's a child's toy. I got a whole storage unit full of this crap, because I can't get rid of it. Some of it's haunted, some of it's not. In fact, I don't even think. I think that, in my opinion, haunted objects are not haunted all the time. I think the spirits come and go. I do have one that I believe I have trapped, that moves the doll around in the case and all that. But regardless, if it's out in the open like this, what's stopping it from leaving and coming back? They take Annabelle all over the place. They're probably going to do that with Matt Rife. It really annoys me that people are giving this entity, supposed demon, okay, the attention it wants. If it is a demon, that's what it wants. It wants the attention, and it will come after you. It will. And you're going to sit there, and whoever comes is going to tell you, I told you so. Because if it's me, I'm going to. Again, this is a toy. This ain't worth money. I was never for this whole Paracon thing, this whole tour thing with Annabelle and all that. I was against it. I did not like it. I did not want it. I saw bad things happening, and look what happened. I think if Ed and Lorraine were alive today, I think they would be very, very angry that this happened. In fact, they're probably turning over in their graves. So as I said before, a demon or spirit entity cannot possess a toy, a doll, an object. It can manipulate it, just like I'm manipulating Annabelle here. I'm manipulating her arms. Hi. Like I said, they're just doing it. Tony's just interested in money. In fact, I don't even think Tony Sparrow is an investigator. I don't think he's ever been on a real demonic case. He claims he has. I don't think he ever has. And I could be wrong. But you know what? The way he acts right now, I don't think he has. And I know he don't give a damn about anybody else but himself. I could probably say that same thing about Judy Sparrow. So I know Judy Sparrow's never been on a case. So what makes Tony Sparrow a expert? The fact that he knew Ed and Lorraine Warren, he's their son-in-law. I don't think so. I don't think so, pal. What you need to do is you need to get out of this. You need to get out of the paranormal. Stop taking Annabelle everywhere, all this crap. Get rid of the objects, burn them, whatever. Give them to a priest. I don't care what you do. Just get out of the paranormal, because it's not going to end well for you in the end, because the truth will come out. The truth will come out. And I don't care if you see this and you don't like it. I don't care. I'm talking truth here. This whole thing that they want to do with making the house a bed and breakfast, so anybody can investigate the items. You're gonna have people that have never investigated before, never dealt with a demonic entity. Now, I don't know if there's anything demonic in there. I don't know. I've never been there. I don't really care to go. I don't care if there's anything there or not. What I care about is people's safety. I guarantee you're not going to take the proper precautions to protect people spiritually. Most people don't go to church anymore. Most people don't go to church anymore. So how? So that means you're not going to confession. You're not confessing your sins, or if you are, you're not dealing with the fullness of the truth. You know, you're not protecting yourself spiritually. And yeah, a rock, a crystal, is not going to protect you from a demon. They were here when the angels were created. So what protection does that offer? The only protection that you can have is His protection. It's Jesus Christ's protection. Only protection you can have. So I suggest, if you do plan on going, you get right with God and you start praying and going back to church and confession and all that, because this is bad. This is going to be bad. It really is. I tell people all the time. I tell investigators all the time. You don't know what you're talking to. It could be a demon. It could not. A demon can show itself as one of your loved ones. It could mimic your loved one's voice on an EVP. Okay? It wants you to let your guard down. Why do you think they show up as kids all the time? Because people's guards get let down when there's kids. They feel sorry for the kid. And that's how they get into you. That's how they get in. And once they're in, they're in. Until it's too late. But what are you going to do? Look, guys, I don't mean to sound annoyed or pissed off or anything like that, but when you have people like Tony Spera and Judy Spera and Nesper, and all these people saying that Annabelle killed Dan Rivera, which that's not the case, it gives it attention. It gives the entity attention, which gives it power. Okay? And then it becomes harder to fight. You will never overpower a demon. I don't care who you are. You will never outsmart them. You will never overpower them. Not even Albert Einstein can outsmart a demon. Okay? But get that out of your head right now, that you're going to outsmart Satan, because you're not. Their intellectual abilities are way above ours. I mean, way above ours. So, I ask you, please do not go to the Warrens' house to investigate it. I ask Elton, Matt Rife, to not open this bed and breakfast and not open this up to allow people to investigate it, because it's going to be bad. And if you do, you better take the right precautions, because it will come back to bite you. It will come back to bite you. So, I think that's it. I think that is it for now. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking later about that, more about this in the future. So Again, October 18th is our Spiritual Warfare 101 lecture. I would suggest if you're going to do this whole investigation thing at the Warren's house, and I suggest you come to that class, come to that lecture, because you might learn something. I'm going to show you how to protect yourself. I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself. I'm going to teach you what to look for, how to deal with it, and it's only going to help you. So